Welcome back to more Bloomburrow draft. So last time we went monocolored and only went 3 wins. So it very much seems like this format is there's 10 tribes, pick a tribe, and aim for that tribe. So that is something worth keeping in mind. Our mouse deck performed far better than our mono white good cards deck. There's synergy in this set, and the synergy is strong. Lean into the synergy. And with that, that's going to change how I evaluate like how much I go for certain picks. So like I'm probably going to go harder on picks that are just like, if I'm this archetype, this will win me the game. So like Festival of Embers, pretty good card, but it's not like I need to be like it's maybe an otter card. It's other than that, it's a value card. Meanwhile, Brambleguard Captain in the mouse deck, this is the win condition for the mouse deck. So I think I'm going to pick the Brambleguard Captain over the Festival of Embers. This might be a win condition for like a high instant or sorcery otter deck, something of that nature. But I don't think, generally speaking, that's going to be good enough. Like, meanwhile, Brambleguard Captain here is, when it comes to, like, it's a 4-mana 4/3 that then also can just, like, churn all your little, constantly trigger Valorant and be a powerhouse. Have the Homestead's pretty nice as well. Like, and that's the thing, Have the Homestead is like, this is a card that's good in multiple decks. It's best in the Rabbit deck, but it's actually just a generally good card. I could see some generally cards sneaking in, but we're going to pick this. This could be a mouse card. We're going to kind of speculate towards what is the most powerful sort of situation. All right, Spellgyre, Flame Chaser Gecko. So I played this. This is good even if you're not in the lizard deck. So I'll keep that in mind. Harnesser of Storms. Okay, so this could allow us to go into otters if we want to. The ability to constantly get card advantage is very powerful. Tingle Tumbler, just not really where you want to be. Maybe, okay, I could see this as like a rabbit card. Bravekin Duo might honestly be the pick here, so it's a question of safety versus strength. So Bravekin Duo is good in the mouse deck, it's good in the rabbit deck, it's one of the cards that like you could put in any white deck. We already are incentivized to go mouse. I don't think I want to force mouse though. Let's see if there's anything worthwhile. The Longstock Brawl being a removal spell is pretty nice. Harnesser of Storms, I might just pick because we know that we might get that Festival of Fire back. And if we end up going the otter decks, like yeah, that's a constant card advantage engine. Dowerport Mage allows us to go frogs, and it tells us that the 2 people before us are very much opposed to being frogs. That is important to note. Advanced Talent just seems like a good card. Wildfire Howl, Wondertail Mentor. Again, like this forces you to be green-red, but I think that's less of a cost in this format because there's basically 10 tribes and you're forced down those tribes. I'm going to pick the Dowerport Mage. Right now, I'm still speculating. Right now, I'm still trying to figure out, hey, what is everyone leaving available? I think it's going to be like pick 7 or 8 when I finally realize what deck I'm going to be. And until then, I want to make sure whatever deck I am, I have the powerful cards for it. Wix Patrol. This is just a good... Yeah, I can see any deck that's black will want this. Rats obviously love it more, but I think any deck is happy with that. Tree Guard Duo, Rabbit... And like, yeah, I think this is where you want to pick the duos, where it's like, hey, this is a safe pick. I don't know if I'm the frog deck. I don't know if I'm the rabbit deck. How about both? I think that's where these cards come into play and very powerful. Don't know if you're a lizard deck. Don't know if you're a lizard deck. Otter deck. Why not both? That sort of stuff. Raccoon Rallier, just a good card. I think I'm going to go with Wix Patrol just because it's the highest upside. And again, we do not know what our archetype is yet. So I'm going to just go with high upside and just let something kind of tell us. Okay, so this is the second Bravekin Duo. And we already have a Brambleguard Captain that could be good. Let's see. Let's make sure. So there's a Glade Dive Duo, which is good for bats and lizards. We have no lizard cards. We have no bat cards. We have a mouse card. We do. All right. Sunshower Druid, though, also allows us to go deeper into frogs. So it's a question of Bravekin Duo, go with a Brambleguard Captain and go for that. Or Sunshower Druid, go with Dowerport Mage. Because Dowerport Mage came so late, it becomes a bit more convincing. That's a tough one. I'm going to go with this one because I've already done the mouse deck. I want to see what the frogs feel like. And I did get slaughtered by frogs before. Gossip's Talent seems like specifically good in the frogs because they're constantly bringing creatures back in and out of play. You can make it so they can't be blocked. It triggers Downport Mage when it hits. Lilypad Village might just be the better playable because this I only want if I'm the frog deck and only maybe if I'm the frog deck. This I want if I'm the bird deck, the frog deck, the otter deck, the rat deck. And like we have a rat card. I think I'm going with the Lilypad Village over the Gossip's Talent. I'm still not certain where I am. That's a second Raccoon Rallier, so we might end up wanting to do blue-red otters or something like that. So I'm going to stick to the more open pick for now. All right, pick 7. We have another Head of the Harvest that came through. Of course, the last one was from my original deck. This is difficult. So right now, we see 0 frogs. So I think there might be someone who is taking frogs. We've seen very few squirrels. I have seen a rabbit prior. I don't think Barkform Harvester is making our deck. I'm going to pick the... Let's see. We have a Wix Patrol. This is good if it's bats. I'm just going to pick the land for now. Yeah, I don't know where we are at. I just do not know. All right, I see a zone. That's a perfectly fine. Thank you for coming by, Kaiju-sama. All right. Head of the Homestead. Rabbits might be available. I'm going to pick another Sunshower Druid, just in case we end up being able to go frogs. Otherwise, if this Head of the Home makes it back. All right, so there is a rabbit card. Rabbit card, Heaped Harvest. We are kind of like bouncing around a bunch of colors. Heaped Harvest could work here. Druid of the Spade, we have nothing that makes tokens right now, so yeah, we'll go Heaped Harvest for now. Definitely we were in a weird spot. Wow, Longstock Brawl made it around. So I think green is open. So that's all I know. Green is open. Because we got Sunshower Druids, we got a Heaped Harvest. We could have gone another... What was the other card that I could have gone? Oh yeah, the Rabbits. So yeah, I think green is obviously open. Hey, look, 4 mana, 2/4, reach... late game draw card. Like, I think so. I feel pretty comfortable going into green. So we at least have that. As for what the other color is, I have not figured out yet. All I can say is it's not white. So since it's not white, through that. Dawn's Truce. Oh no, white rare. This is not a good white rare. It gives hexproof. It's basically protects you from board clears. We don't need that. Hunter's Talent is absolutely insane. We know it's going to make our deck because the one thing we're certain of is our deck is green. Now, we did see some red, so like we could still go red and end up going raccoons. We can go, which neither of these really work all that well with raccoons. We can go black and go squirrels. Wick Patrol and Dire Sight both work pretty nice with squirrels. All right, or blue with Dowerport Mage, because just Dowerport Mage is that strong. Dowerport Mage will make that deck work single-handedly. All right, but we're picking the Hunter's Talent. We might get another Longstock Brawl around. That is entirely possible. All right, Icespine Wolverine, Cash Grab. Do we want to try to go squirrels? So one path is we go squirrels. Okay, so hold on. So if we're going green, neither of these cards are good in green. So let's presume red is out as well. So then we have green-black now. Mill for cards, put a permanent card from among them and mill this way to your hand. It can create a... So this is basically a fetch, a mill, and possibly a food token. We have 2 Treetop Sentries already. These came in late. I'm not sure if this is good, but it's definitely not bad. So I'm going to go with the Cash Grab. Highspine Wolverine. Fight target creature token, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay, I'm going to go with a Highspine just because it's a big threat, but Cash Grab isn't out of the realm of possibility. Coiling Rebirth. This is a reanimation spell, and I already have a Wix Patrol. And Wix Patrol getting copied to be a double kill spell sounds fantastic. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going green-black squirrels for now. Corpse Bearer Cultivator, I think, went around pretty late last time. And yeah, that means Dowerport Mage, unfortunately, gets thrown out here. But hey, look, I just want to note something. I went all 5 colors effectively. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have 10 cards I could still play from my original pack. By trying to stay open, like, sure, I lost some cards, and like they were probably early on, but you still get your playables in time. Coiling Rebirth, I think, will be very powerful with these as my top end. That being said, I'm not sure I want that much top end. I'm actually going to pick the Bonebind Orator here. Again, we not sure how much top end we want. We do want 2-drops. We do want 2-drops. And without that top end, hey, this also works with top end because it exiles from your... I can exile it to bring back a Wix Patrol or a Hivespide Wolverine. So yeah, I think I'm going to go for like green-black, get into the late game sort of deck. Curious Forager. I'm going to pick the Curious Forager here for now because I think this is... Dude, I'm going to end up with enough to forage. No, I think when I get into the late game, it's going to be the same. So I just want to make sure I make it to said late game. So I'm not going to do that. Don't catch so Overseer. Pay 1 life, draw a card, activate if only you've 3 more cards left your graveyard or you sacrifice the food. So I can trigger a food there. This gifts a food or fish even. I got 2 triggers here, and they draw cards. So I'll pick Bonebind Orator as the higher top end. Otherwise, it's the Bumbleflower Sharepot, but I think I'm going to be able to get the Sharepot if I need it. Short deck creature flying, draw a card, create a food token. This is a bad card, but it is a card of the colors I am. Bones of the Shale might actually be a bit better than it looks. I don't want more than 1 dire side, I don't think. Jugblade Bruiser is just another big threat, is entirely in the possibility, but I'm going to pick the Polywallop. I think even, like, I have 2 Sunshower Druids already, and even just a 4-mana kill spell is a kill spell. So I'm happy with that. Brassno Boxer, again, not really with our synergy, but we need 2 drops. It's a 3/2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 late game cards to go with the Bark Knuckle Boxer to expend. Like, we are already seeming to be a late game black green deck. So yeah, let's go with Bark Knuckle Boxer. All right. Rustfield Rampager, or I think here we actually want the Mudflat Village. This is a rat, so Mudflat Village can bring back our Wix Patrol. Yeah, I think this Wix Patrol is going to be a surprisingly very powerful card with our deck. Even though we're not rats, just having this 6-mana, comes into play, kills a creature, and is a 5/3 is going to be devastating for some enemies. Mind Drill Assailants, I think I have... If I had more Brass Knuckle Boxers and expend 4 cards, I might go that way. But I think right now, I'm going to try Honor Dray Leader. So what is it comes to play bigger for each squirrel and food you have, and then gets more later. And I'm going to get another Bonebind Orator. Yeah, I think I'm perfectly happy with that. I want a certain amount of 2-drops. This just adds to it, and they become our late game later on. Force Barrier, Cultivator, makes me feel better about this Bonecash Overseer, because now... Yeah, just a 3-mana 2/3. Not the best, but the fact that this is whenever you forge and just gives you a way to forge if you must makes it very potent. And the Dagger and Fade duo tables. That tells me we're in the right colors, because any rat deck, any squirrel deck, but any black deck at all, that is still useful in. So black, green, first set green seemed like the color, now black seems like the color, and oh my gosh, we have reanimation spells and found a Fecund Green Shell. Yep, 5-mana 4/6, that is... 5-mana 4/6 reach fights off just about every creature in this format. And then once you get to 10 lands, it's even more. So that's another top end. We could probably remove this Hivespine Wolverine for it, honestly. Like, that's how much this is. And creatures with power, with toughness greater than their power, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just right off the bat, I see 5. So yeah, I'm very happy seeing the Fecund Green Shell. So yeah, that is our pick. I don't really need to look at the rest of this. We're hoping to, I don't know, maybe get the Sunshower Druid again. Yeah. How are we on kill spells? 1, 2, 3. So we might be looking for kill spells from this point. +1/+1 counters to draw cards. We already have a draw card in Dire Sight. We have a draw card in Hunter's Talent. I don't think that's where we're at. Thank you, Snack in the Patry. But I think Sticking Tongue Sentinel might just be better. Just 3-mana Like, here's the thing. You can return up to. 3 mana, 3/3 might just be is good enough for what we're doing right now. Yeah, what weeds do we even have to get +1/+1 counters? Corsair Cultivator can get them. Honor Dray Leader can get them. And that's kind of it. Hivespine Wolverine has a trigger. Yeah. All right. Baker's Bane Duo or another Bonecash Overseer. I think I'm going to go with the Baker's Bane just because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I want 5, if not 6 2-drops. I want to make sure I survive the early game to get to the late game. And this does that. Bonecash Overseer might table because I might be because the Bonebind Orator makes it back. I think the food token is quite valuable. I think the expending 4 is not going to be that difficult. Yeah, I'm very happy with the Baker's Bane Duo. We already have 2 Bonebind Orators. I don't need a third. Bandit's Talent, Consumed by Greed. I think, yeah, because we already have the late game triggers, and one of the things is we have only 3 kill spells. So this another kill spell is actually fantastic for us. So I'm very happy with Consumed by Greed. I would have been happy with the Bandit's Talent. We're going to the point where now we're deciding what cards we're pulling from the deck instead of what cards we're putting in it. Ooh, all right. How many forge triggers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, technically. So I'm going to pick the Bonecash Overseer and just think, hey, now if we get a bunch of forge triggers, we get enough card draw to get to all of our forge triggers. So now I'm going deeper into forage, much deeper. I might not play both of those cards, but now I have that opportunity to, which makes it devastating. Wear down, not really. Hivespine Wolverine, already have one. All right, so Treetop Sentries or Longstock Brawl as a kill spell. This is actually difficult because this is more foraging, so it can lean even deeper into the forage plan. But this is another kill spell. I think I'm going to go with a kill spell here. I think the kill spell can always make our deck if we need it. In a way the other cannot. Stick 10 Sentinel. For the Bumbleflower Sharepot. Do we want? So this is a kill spell and a food token. I might have actually wanted that last one. Either way, we are here. I'll grab the Sunshower Druid for now. I don't think we're playing all these Sunshower Druids. I do not see this deck needing a Fountain Port Bell. And yeah, I'm going to pull these cards, but I think a lot of these are going to get pulled out. Another Bonebind Orator. Oh my gosh, so we have now 5 2-drops, and 3 of them are Orators. So we're very happy about our late game. Yep, sure. Westfield Rampager, and another Stock in the Pantry. Okay, so we have the root of +1/+1 counters. If we want it. Is this the Tadpole? How's it going, Suicune? How's it going? Yeah, it is. I'm just doing a lot of Magic the Gathering drafts. I found time between work, so had some stream. So let's see. So Stocking the Pantry, how many +1/+1 counters do we have? We have 3. That's not +1/+1 counter. That's not +1/+1 counter. 4, 5. Yep, no Stocking the Pantries, unfortunately. And I'm also at least pulling out 1 Sunshower Druid. Given how the deck is, I'm on vacation, so I can tune in at times you stream. Nice. Oh, are you doing your Japan vacation? I know you always try. I remember talking to you. Research into it. Try to do that when you can. So if it happens to be that, that's awesome. Let's see. Treetop. So I think the Rustfield Rampager just doesn't do anything for this deck. So I'm going to pull that out. Stick-a-Ton Sentinel versus Daggerfang Duo. Okay, so 20 creatures, 8 non-creatures. So we can basically pull out creatures as we see fit. Type creature. There we are. Dire Sight might be pulled out because I don't think we need the card draw. The Heaped Harvest does ramp us, and it is a food. But I'm not sure. Okay, hold up. The ramp is actually pretty useful, and we can definitely sacrifice the food to foraging. So I'm going to keep that Heaped Harvest in here. I was in Japan last year in May. Not this year, though. I switched jobs, so I want to get settled in first. That makes complete sense. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that Japan trip, man. I hope, yeah, you have more vacations than I do, so I'll tell you that much. Alright. Is this a deck that wants 17 lands? I think this is still a deck that wants 16 lands. The reason you go... the reason is... So it defaults you to 17, but best of one drafts have a land smoother algorithm so that your first hand looks better. And because of that, I don't think I need this many. I think you could go down one land and it will basically smooth it to compensate. It's a bit of a system abuse, but it's a system abuse we can take advantage of. Yeah, let's see. If we get rid of the dire sight, what card draw do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, basically. 4, 5. Yeah, we have 5 card draw plus cards that give advantage, like Bonebind Orator. So I'm perfectly happy getting rid of this dire sight. To this day, I have zero clue how much vacation Americans have. Or is it dependent on the company you work at? It's basically dependent on the company you work at. So I work in manufacturing industry, which basically means I don't get extra holidays. So like I have family members that work with school and stuff, so they get their summers almost completely off. I think, yeah, they usually a lot, like my mom, she works the summer, so she's a bus driver during the school year, and then in summers, she's a bus driver for a whitewater rafting company. So, but basically, if she wants, she could take the entire summer off and just use the school year sort of thing. As an American, I have as for the company I work for, I think I have 8, something like a very small amount of days that are considered national holidays that I get off all the time. So like, 4th of July, which is Independence Day, 2 days for Thanksgiving, 2 days for Christmas. I think we got President's Day recently, stuff like that. So I think 8 or 9 holidays that way. And then I get what's called PTO, which is paid time off. I think because we did a theme where we merged paid time off and sick leave, I'm having 13 days this year that are days I have to myself. So, and I will tell you, my understanding is that's pretty poor. I also understand there are people that have it worse. But generally speaking, yeah, I don't have as much time off as one would hope. Then again, if I remember, Suicune, you're German. I think you're one of the other people that have a lot less PTO than most people in the world. So maybe you understand. Maybe I have a really good position. Either way, looking at the cards, we are quite glutton on 3s and the Sticky Ton. So it's between the Sticky Ton Sentinels and the Daggerfang Duos. I'm definitely going to remove one of the Sticky Tons. Then I need to consider. So here's the theme. This Honor Dray Leader, is this good? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it can be really big, but could also just be a 3-mana 1/1 trampler. I'm going to try it, and I'm going to put it in our deck and keep it there. And if it ends up underperforming, I will remove it. That's so different from Germany here. I also work in manufacturing, specifically aerospace. Oh yeah, I do medical, but part of our branch, one of our branches does aerospace. We have the best labor union. I get 30 days of paid vacation plus all the German holidays, which there are 13. Oh my gosh, that is amazing, Suicune. That is amazing. Yep. Okay, so yeah, you have it fantastic. Yeah, comparative to me, you are doing great, Suicune. Glad to know. I'll keep that in mind when it comes time for negotiations. 30 days of paid vacation. Oh my... Sorry, it just mentally clicked. That's... Like, even if... That is... If you had to take PTO for the weekends, that's still a month of PTO. Oh my gosh. Come to Germany. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll vacation there, but I mean, I gotta get used to vacationing. Right? So here's the thing: I've never been out of the United States except for one time as a kid, where we spent 2 hours in Mexico. So I am kind of interested in seeing the rest of the world. Germany, I hear that as an American, probably one of the best places you go is somewhere in the EU, because it is much more common for you to run into someone who speaks English and stuff. So I'll consider that. Come to Germany. I mean, also, I think our dad has some heritage there. I'll think about that. So 24 is the minimum days of vacation a company has to give you in Germany. 30 is the maximum. Minimum of 24. Yeah. I had to work up to my 13 days of vacation, and that's with them considering sick leave as PTO. So, yeah. Good to know the difference there. I'm going to remove the other Sticky Ton Sentinel, I think. We have reach blockers here. We have reach blocker here. Yeah, I don't think... If flying is the threat, I think if the Sticky Ton is necessary, we're in a bad shape anyways. So 42, we'll take out one land once we're done here, but we just need to figure out what that last card is going to be. It might just be this Hivespine Wolverine, because it's not really synergizing with anything. Then again, 5/4 is huge in this format, and it has the ability to kill a creature token if they're swarming, make a creature just bigger, or... yeah. I think I'm going to remove another Sunshower Druid. I just don't... Like, it's a nice card, but I don't think it's doing what our deck needs. Honestly, I might just remove the other one. And, yeah, what does the Sunshower Druid even do for me, actually? Yeah, I'm going to actually put back in that Sticky Dun Sentinel. Just want to make sure there's nothing else that I'd be interested in. Yep. Sticky Dun Sentinel. And now with that, let's look at 58% Forest, 46% Swamp. We have some double greens and some double blacks. All right. So I'm just going to try to go like that. There we are. I think that's going to be how we're going to play this deck. 8 forests, 8 swamps, effectively. Mudflat Village cannot be used to play Consumed by Greed. This is probably going to be the most difficult to play card in our deck, but it's a straight up hard kill spell that I can use to bring back like a Whips control. So I think that's worthwhile. How's sick leave handled in America? Do you call in and they just deduct that from your vacation days? So because of the way my company works, that's how they do it. Originally, it is you have a certain amount of days of sick leave. It works that same way of just, hey, I'm going to use one of my sick leave days. All right, see you tomorrow, sort of situation. That is such a scam. No, there's a lot of things, Suicune. There's a lot of things that we know aren't done completely properly with America. No, the thing is we fight for it, and then what was it? There was a statement that if you look at the trend of how policy gets passed, like there's the left and the right fight each other, and like they did a thing where they show a graph of like what the path is that's people agree or disagree with policy decisions. It doesn't agree with Republicans. It also doesn't agree with Democrats. And already we have questions about the two-party system, which there's stuff there, but it doesn't agree with either. And then like, so what does it match up? And turns out the very wealthy. Turns out the owners of the companies that are giving away the benefits and leaves, they're the ones that matches up with the most when it comes to policy changes. Yeah, there's a reason a lot of companies have unions, so mine doesn't. Anyways, it's my life. I'm not too worried about it. I will say this. I love my company because there are... Or guess, no, let me rephrase that. It's not I love my company. I love the people who work with me at my company. There we go. That's the phrase I want to say. My superior is an amazing person. I'm not going to say their name on here because I'm not sure if they want to, but yeah, they're I have some amazing people that are working beside me. The people working above me are very friendly. I can talk, I can actually have relationships with them and not feel like it's a master servant or something like that. They're great people. I totally get that. That was the only reason I stayed at my old company. Yep. Just like, it's not just that they know you, it's that you know them and they're not. You leave the company, it's like, I don't know if there's going to be a jerk here. I don't know if I'm going to have some issues. All right. So this would usually be a bad hand because you don't have a play till turn 3 and it's not even a mid-game play. I'm going to keep it. On the following grounds, I am going first. This is perfectly playable, even if it's not good. And opponent, I'm getting first play. If opponent went first, I would have mulliganed that hand. All right, Baker's Bane Duo. Will I trade a Daggerfang Duo for it, or should I just ramp more? That is the question. I don't think I'm trading I think playing Heaped Harvest into Treetop Sentries and just ramping like crazy, I think is the better way to get to a win condition in this deck. Take action. Let's get that forest. Come on. All right. By the way, you play my second favorite color combo, green-black. Oh, dude, green-black is great. My favorite... So, here's the thing. Green-blue is my favorite when it is not a good color combination. The problem with Simic color combination is when it is good, it is abusive. When it's not good, it's fine. But when it's good, it's absolutely abusive. Let's see, hold up. So I can Stickyton Sentinel that back, but then I think I lose my place. I think it's better I just Treetop Sentries, get that card draw. Let's see. I still have the green. I don't want to play a Longstock Brawl if I draw it, but I do want to play the other card if I draw it. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to eat that Heaped Harvest, submit food, take action, get myself another swamp, I think. And now we are extra hyper ramped. But yeah, so Golgari is one of my... I do enjoy Golgari a lot, but blue-green is my favorite when it's not good. And when it is good, I play black-white instead. My favorite would be white-blue. Not sure how good that is in Modern MTG. Haven't really played since 2012. So I will say, so in case you're wondering, with this set, the format just rotated. It used to be a very different format a little while ago, and there was a blue-white control deck. The main card that held that, there are two cards that kind of held that together, being Wandering Emperor as their win condition, and Memory Deluge as the way to get there. Both cards rotated out. So while it still is a pretty decent, there's no real decks for it right now. Anyways, this is insane. Hazard Root Herbalist with all these tokens means they're going to have some unblockable 2/2s. I'm going to need to kill this Herbalist sometime soon. I'm not sure they read that it also gains Death Touch till end of turn if that creature is a token. So either they're saying, hey, I have a combat trick, which I want to force them to play a combat trick if they have it. I'd rather get combat trick now instead of later. I mean, it's not really ripped, but it is not where you want it to be. All right, play your high stride and get it out of here. I want to see your high stride. I'm forcing it out. I'm forcing your hand. Let me see it. If you don't have it, I get a free kill. Yeah, right now the deck I'm trying to build it's a green-red deck. But because of the ramp elements, I am splashing white for a few specific cards. And there's that high stride. All right. So they did have it. So that's fine. So Wix Patrol. Greatest mana value about one cards in your graveyard. Okay. So yeah, let's just kill this Herbalist. Make sure I don't have to deal with that anymore. So now they can't get Death Touch, so the Baker's Bane Duel has to try to trade with it fairly. And next turn I could Sticky Ton, bounce a land, play the land, so that's basically a 2-drop. I can play Bonebind Orator, and then Daggerfang Duo. Yeah, I feel pretty confident. Rat Warlock, that gives me Warhammer vibes. Yep. It's so funny. Bloomburrow, Scissors, Passion. Dude, all right, we're black. No, we're Warhammer 40k. Vermintide. Yep. So they played the combat trick. They did kill one of my creatures, but the other's still dead. They have to try to find a way to kill this. Let's see. If they play their own Longstock Brawl, I'm fine with that. Here's my question. If they don't kill it, should I Sticky Ton Sentinel to bounce it back? That is the big question in my mind. I now have... It's giving me more cards in my graveyard, which allows me for other plays. Alright. I think they're going to play the Rabbit Formation card. And personally, I'm fine trading with the Baker's Bane Duo. Yep, Rabbit Response. There it is. Alright, so we're taking 9. We're going down to 6. And then I'm going to Sticky Ton Sentinel, bounce a land, play the land, play Bonebind Orator, play Daggerfang Duo, and hopefully that will get us back in this game in a very big way. All right, bounce the land, and I could play the land. Bonebind Orator. I think I want to play the Courseberry, actually. Beginning of combat, you have a turn, you may forage. If I forage, it would be land, this guy, and the Bark Knuckle Boxer. Sounds good. There we are. Now we have a 3-4. If they try to do a swing in like that, I will just happily trade everything. They're going to get wrecked. Like, here's the thing. I did fall behind, but that's gone. And we have a bot that I need to ban. I shut off my Twitch, so I need to... I can't access it. So I'm going to have... Oh, looks like someone got banned automatically. 4-3 with Trample. Thanks, Suicune. Okay, this Hazard... Of course they have another Hazard Root Herbalist. Okay, but this is actually perfectly fine, because now I can just block with my Bonebind Orator and use it to get my Wix Patrol back. Oop. Cool. So I'm going to start by playing Daggerfang Duo. You may mill cards. Yep. Let's see, one... I'm just gonna mill again. I could long spot Brawl, fights target creature. Then those two fight each other. So I'll kill the Hazard Root Herbalist, and yeah. Target creature I control, target creature I don't control. Kill that guy. Make sure I don't have to deal with that. And second Daggerfang Duo. Yep. So let's see. I do not need this Heaped Harvest. Do not need this Baker Bane's Voodoo. I do not need this Longstock Brawl. And now we have the late game sealed up. Let's just not die here. I just realized they have no cards in hand. They're like, yeah, I'm not playing through this. I'm not playing through this shit. We both dumped our hands, but I in the late game. Oh man, just having these Bonebind Warriors sitting in the graveyard waiting for the opportunity. So Courseberry just mills your deck for more stats. No, Daggerfang Duos can mill your deck. Once they go to the graveyard, Forage allows you to exile cards from your graveyard to get bigger. So this is, and here's a fun thing. Forage, yes, the ability is called Forage to make exile cards to your graveyard to make graveyard. It doesn't matter if it gets exiled with this ability or any Forage ability. Treetop Sentries, I can Forage to draw cards. So there are if I have another card that allows me to Forage, I have other ways to use that graveyard to my advantage. So yeah, that's why I kept that card in my deck, because it's just the ability to mill 2 turned out to pay off. Yeah. So we'll see how this continues, but basically my hand told me I was the control deck, and I stuck to the route. Syncopation. Syncopate is still a good card. Alright, this is a very risky keep if I keep it, but I have 3 card draws out of land to Sticky Tongue Sentinel, and then I will have a kill spell. If it's black, I have 2 creatures, and 1 more land, Treetop Sentries. I'm going to keep this. It is a suspicious keep. If my opponent is aggressive, I could get wrecked. That is a very high possibility. Alright. Well, our opponent is not aggressive, but they are flyers, which makes Sticky Tongue Sentinel better because it has reach. Alright. Sentinel, and here's the thing. And you gotta make sure to know this. You can submit 0, everyone. You can submit 0. Oh, he said hello? My apologies. Hello, Fibblethip. Fibblethip, you lost, as always? Not utterly lost, or whatever. I don't actually know too much about Helga's story, just that they're a friendly little frog, and I'm a frog. I'm going to end the turn. I don't want to Polywop that if I don't have to. The reach means I can block it safely. If they try a combat trick, I could combat trick them right back. Either way, until then, I could pet my Rock for googly eyes. Come on, Rock. Give me some swamps. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Rock. Please give me what I desire. I will Polywop. So to be clear, I fully intend to play Polywop, because if I don't play it now, I might not have the opportunity later. But I want them to commit. I want them to play a fight spell or something of that nature, and then I will Polywallop. I want them to expend resources, and I will in return, expend resources. All right. Unfortunately, that's not the resource expenditure I want to see. Every creature I control, and let's kill this. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Do I have enough? No, I do not. So I'm not going to be playing the Treetop Sentries. I'm going to be playing the Daggerfang Duo, I think. I could play Bone Cache. I think Bone Cache Overseer is such a tempo loss. I do not take that path. I'm going to play on the defensive right now. The Swamp Rock heard you. Good old. So, everyone, you're allowed a pet to bring in just as like a fun little thing to play with. And of course, during April Fool's Day, you have the option, Pet Rock. So I spent the money to make it permanent. As one would. Any reasonable person would make it permanent. I'm going to attack. Awesome. I like that trade, because that means there's more cards in my graveyard for me to consume. Consumed by greed. I'm going to keep the Polywop in there for the Wix Patrol. Still not drawing lands. The lack of lands is becoming very hazardous for me. Good purchase, I would say. Yes, it is my favorite pet. I no longer have to buy pets. Ugh. All right. Unfortunately, me not drawing lands is starting to become slowly but surely backbreaking. All right. Unfortunately, I cannot attack with the indestructible Bark Knuckle Boxer, and it's not going to get through this 3/5 all that well. Yep. And this is the problem. If you don't draw... I mean, Mana Screw beats Mana Flood, but this doesn't look like Mana Flood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Like... Ah. Oh, and now Mana Flood becomes Mana Advantage. So this is an insane card that pushes you into the black-white deck. It is Bitter Blossom, except it's also a card draw engine. So now they have card draw. And if you gain a lost life turn, unless they sacrifice non-permanent or discard a card. Alright, so then they now have a win condition right there, sitting there. If we can draw a land, I can play Fecund Greenshell, and this game comes back into possibility. I mean, I have to block. I have to let them get into their combat trick. I will lose life. Alright. Hivespine Wolverine. I can Hivespine Wolverine, destroy this enchantment, get this Sticky Tongue Greenshell, pull it back, and do something more. I think more likely the best play is Hivespine Wolverine, destroy their Lunar Convocation. I think I have to do that, and then I'll do the Fecund Greenshell on the later turn. I need to make sure they can't keep drawing cards. I need to make sure I have some late game potential at LT. I'm not going to attack. Bark Knuckle Boxer is better as a blocker than attacker when they have a 3/5. Alright. So our hope... I mean, I'm going to keep blocking until you use the combat trick and make this... Oh, the combat trick's literally presented with a Worn Elder. If I don't block, I go to 2. And at least this takes up their turn. So this takes up their turn, at least. And now they can pump defensively. But yeah, basically we fell really far behind because we didn't hit our land drops. Wix Patrol is still only on 4. I need something I need my Hive-Spine Wolverine to get killed for the Wix Patrol to do the job I needed to. Alright. Here's the question. Do I attack with Hive-Spine Wolverine so that it gets blown out so that Wix Patrol triggers? I think the answer is no. I think I want to play the Fecund Green Shell. Get myself a reach blocker to make sure I don't die. I can't attack with a Bark Knuckle Boxer. It does not make sense. And like, because they have 4 mana open, attack with the Hive-Spine Wolverine doesn't make sense either. And they have a Banishing Light, and that is game. Alright. I mean, I did what I could. I was mana screwed for most of the game. I guess I could have attacked with the Wix Patrol, killed that, but then I'm still, like, facing down this devastating guy, and they had a Banishing Light for whatever else I was playing. So that was just misfortune for me. I got mana screwed, and they had a good deck. I will not deny they had a good deck. Fecund Green Shell was a beater in my pre-release deck. Unfortunately, when you're stuck on 4 lands for several turns, unfortunately, by the time you get Fecund Green Shell and you get Banishing Light, only so much you can do. But yeah, awesome. I'm glad. I know Fecund Green Shell would be a powerhouse. That's a reason we have it as a reanimation target. Yeah, just how things go. But thank you for the input, TKB. I do like knowing that the card's good, because I was planning solution, draw land. Yep, as is the game. As is the game sometimes. But yeah, thank you for coming by. Feel free to talk more. I'm not trying to be like defeatist with that. I was just like, I'm a little frustrated. You know how it is. All right, so they have a good early start. So we have a Beastbind Orator, do a Stickaton Sentinel, possibly a deck. Okay, hold up. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power. It's not deal damage equal to that Fiend's power, so I can Daggerfang Duo and then Hunter's Talent to kill. Perfect. So this Mistbreath Elder cannot grow out of hand. That being said, they have the Pawn Prophet Mistbreath Elder start, which is like, I want to be clear, this is like a constructed level start. I'm going to bring out the Brass Knuckle Boxer. That way, when they bounce it, I can still block the 2/2. And I'm honestly trying to get them to not be able to play the Pawn Prophet turn again. That's honestly my plan. And this can allow me to Hunter's Talent if I need to. Alright, they have a Splash Portal to turn that into a 4/4. Nothing I can do about that. Yeah, I'm not blocking there. But I will bit myself a Death Toucher. Yeah, Hunter's Talent would just kill that. And then I'd Long Suck Brawl to die. That doesn't make sense. Do I want to attack and force them and try to kill that? I think so. I am willing to offer the trade. So now they have a 6/6, but it does not have Trample, and this has Death Touch. Alright, yep, they went first. That is an insane start, just so you know. Mistbreath Elder into Pawn Prophet is like almost constructed level. And also having the Splash Portal to just get them more card advantage and just get them more threats, it's insane. Like, dude, if they have a Polywop here, game might just be over. Especially if I don't draw a land again. Alright. Game might just be over. Alright, we're going back to 17 lands, everyone. I apologize for my hubris in saying that the 17th land does not matter because the hand smoother, because we've now lost 2 games because of that, unless we manage to stabilize here somehow. Alright. Oof. Hunter's Talent, kill Mistbreath Elder. Bonebind Orator to help block. I think so. Creature I control, this has Death Touch. Alright. We're going to attack with an Indestructible. Ooh. I forgot this was draft when I clicked on. It was like, interesting deck choices, but it's all making sense. Yeah, someone's trying to play the squirrel deck, and someone's doing the, yeah. But, yep. Bloomburrow is probably my favorite set since Kaladesh. Yeah, I love the theming of it. Not sure how I feel about, like, the format itself, but the theming is fantastic. 100%. Alright, anything in here? High Spine Wolverine could be viable later on. Let's see. Means Trample. I'm not gonna level it right now. I'm gonna keep focusing on playing to the board. Ooh. Speaking of playing to the board, return target permanent to my hand. There we are. Have fun. Okay, we're back in this game, everyone. We are back in this game. We have an additional kill spell. Daggerfang Duo is able to put out a lot of work. Played Squirrels at pre-release. Pulled a promo 3-Tree City and Lumra in my kit. 3-Tree City, see, that's a pretty cool promo. I don't... Yep. Slick move, yep. That's the plan. That's it. This gives a tapped fish. So let's see. They are swarming the board, and I need to make sure to finish the game before they overwhelm me, because right now they can like attack and then attack again, and the game's over. So I kind of want to pump this up, give this thing trample, attack with a 4/2 Death Touch Trampler. If they go too cheap on the blocks, I can Polywallop 4 more, or I can Longstock Brawl. Let's see. I'm mapping this out. It's taking a while. Longstock Brawl, should I to kill the 3-Tree Root Weaver? That's honestly a consideration. I think my answer right now is no. Try to offer trades, but the trades should be in my favor, the way this is working out. Alright, so we get a kill 2. This is actually important that we kill more than 1. That's actually crucial for this to work. Alright. They don't block at all. That was a possibility. We knew it could happen. I could draw a card here. I don't think that's worth it. I think either we get rid of the 3-Tree Root Weaver with Longstock Brawl, and then hold up a Polywallop, or we Bonebind Orator, and then still Longstock Brawl. So I think whatever happens, this happens first. Creature I control, target creature I don't control. If they want to respond with Rabbit Formation, alright. End the turn. There we are. So now my guess is they're going to pump up Rabbit Formation, and my hope is Polywallop will help me stay in this game. Splash Lasher. So now they lock down my entire board. Tap down 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're technically throwing lethal. I am able to keep myself alive, but now I have to somehow attack with Daggerfang Duo and get through their Splash Lasher, because I cannot build up enough defense to block. Alright. Wix Patrol, attack for... Yeah, Bonebind Orator cannot pull out anything. So I think we just start by attacking, because this is forced to happen. See how low they allow themselves to go. And I think we've lost the game. Unfortunately, two games in a row where we didn't have enough. Unfortunately, it still needs to deal 1 damage with Death Touch, but it does not need to deal more than 1 damage with Death Touch. If I were them, I would throw all 3 of their creatures in front of it. Rocks were a rough matchup for me. The one that puts 3 stun counters was an... Yep, I had one that they kept flickering that. It was It's devastating. Oh man, I just realized if I target anything, which I have to, they're going to get a pump. Well, unfortunately, that's what happens. And we still take 4 damage, and that is lethal. Yep. Ugh. Mana issues. Alright, we're adding a land back into the deck. The question is, what are we removing? The Sticky Tongue Sentinel proved its worth, so I'm not sure I want to remove that. But the Daggerfang Duos are better. That is no denying that. Alright, so we're definitely going to put a land back in. That is no thought process in that. We lost twice because of that. Anything that underperformed. I think at this point we just say the Honor Dray Leader would not work if I got it. Because I don't think we had good positions for it anyways. So I am removing that. We never got to see it in action, unfortunately. But we have enough frogs, we have enough rats, we have enough stuff like that that I prefer not to take the risk when we are at 2 losses already. Ugh. I do not think those were bad keeps. Some of them were risky. I will not deny that. But I do not think those are bad keeps. Like right here, we have 3 draws at a land. We have a play along the way. Even if it's another black land, we have a Daggerfang Duo. So we're not completely destroyed. So we definitely have space. Shoreline Looter does say, all right. And guess what? Longstalk Brawl is a kill spell for that, so that's nice. Probably could have gone Bark Knuckle Boxer. So that was the incorrect play on my part. I could have Bark Knuckle Boxered instead, and then next turn I could Bonebind Orator and Longstalk Brawl. So that was, I made the incorrect play there. So hopefully that doesn't cost me. We are facing another green-blue deck, which implies frogs. All right. Perhaps multicolor. We need to be aggressive. Again, Bark Knuckle Boxer was the correct play there. I made a mistake by not choosing it. All right. We have to just go hyper-aggressive and hope we can make up for our mistake. That is kind of the plan right now. Next turn, we hope to draw a forest because that play is so costly. Not thinking through my turns, picking the Bonebind Orator instead of the Bark Knuckle Boxer. That's going to add up to like 2 additional damage missed. That is not killing the Shoreline Looter right now. That is a costly play on my part. That was a horrible mistake on my part. All right, looks like the Shoreline Looter is just looting. They're not, like, devastating. Stocking the pantry. Yeah. Opponent's deck seems to be a mismatch of things. They're planning to ramp into something insane is my guess, and I'm going to have to keep that Longstalk Brawl around for whatever that insane thing is. They have to play something this turn. 5 mana. You can't just sit on 5 mana. My guess is they have the Moose, but as long as there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, it gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked. There are 3 cards in your graveyard. It's going to be a while before this 1/4 becomes anything more. Alright. I'm going to attack there. The other one does not make sense to attack. Alright, I'm not worried about Night World Hermit. It's not going to be attacking for a while. The Shoreline Looter is a bigger threat. I don't like that this High Spine Wolverine is costing double green in this current position. Frog can't be reanimated. They are looting. Honestly, it's not the fact that's filling the graveyard that's the challenge. It's the fact that they're cycling through their hand into what they want. Short bow, not interested. Yeah, their deck's like a mismatch of cards, but it doesn't matter because I played wrong, and now my land issue's not... Alright, I think that needs to go. Alright, so obviously we're playing this. I think this is enough of a threat that I just need to kill it right now. Because they're blue-green, so this might be the deck that can use that. I'd love to give this guy indestructible before I did this, but I don't have the means to play High Spine Wolverine. So we just have to go with this. Target creature I control, target creature I don't control. No, I'm in a bad spot. I'm in a very bad spot. If I could get another green, I can turn this to a 4/3 maybe. Shoreline Looter is about to activate the Night Whirl Hermit, which is a problem. But I can bring back the Daggerfang duo with my Mudflat Village, so at least I have that. But yeah, they are so close. They have another Shoreline Looter. Ugh. Do I want a Corpse Ray or Cultivator? Oh yeah, that will allow me to activate this. Awesome. So we'll start here. Next, Forage. And we want to keep the Sticky Ton Sentinel in the grave. This needs to keep swinging in. All right, that's nice. All right. Coiling Rebirth, but I don't think bringing back a Sticky Ton Sentinel is worthwhile. We are in a bad spot. Ugh. To be clear, all this damage was dealt by the Shoreline Looters and the Shoreline Looters alone. Just shows the spot we're in. I think I might just attack. If I don't draw anything good, like another double green card, I might just attack with a Daggerfang duo, then Coiling Rebirth, double bouncing it, just to get another 1/1 Death Toucher. And because at this point, with Dowerport Mage and Lily Splash Mentor, we no longer have the solution of long game. You gotta be kidding me. Alright. Can't forage. Yeah, so we're about to die. They have now 5 unblockable power. Bless all their other cards. Yep, that was the correct play. Playing this doesn't make sense. The Sticky Ton Sentinel isn't worth it. Oh my gosh. Was my deck a mess? Like, why am I think I'm only going 1 win, which just feels so wrong. What did I get wrong? I have multiple kill spells. My mana base seems pretty solid, like it's 9/8. And we drew, I want to be clear, it's 9/8, 9 forests. I don't know what I did wrong. I just feel like I got a bad hand. Okay, I will admit I did have that issue at the beginning. I did say that I accidentally did not play the Bark Knuckle Boxer. But I genuinely just feel like a lot of my losses were I didn't draw lands and the opponent just had insane cards. Which is infuriating. That, let's be honest, that is quite infuriating. Maybe it's because... Okay. So, let's see. They can't attack with one of the 2/2s that they just bounced. But now they have a Splash Mentor to turn the 2/4 into a 3/5. Alright, don't know if they're basically what I'm seeing is lethal is being threatened. Yep, so they're dealing 5 damage. They could have dealt more if they were thinking through it. But they're dealing 5 damage, drawing a card, and yeah, we're getting... Hey, land! I'm angry. I'm sorry, I am angry. I don't like being angry, but it's just... I feel like there was no way I could have played around this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if they're smart, they could just bounce the Sun Shower Druid to get themselves another +1/+1 counter. So the game's already over. Are they holding up a counter spell as well? Yeah. I mean, I'm going to keep playing because I can get a card draw, so... See if they make some mistakes, you know? Something. You know, maybe they'll do that blink thing again, and they will accidentally not get lethal. And, like, right here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they're just bouncing to their hand. Never mind. And now they have lethal on board. Oh, that helps. We're not gifting them a fish. We're just turning this big guy to kill this big guy, because that's the only way we survive this coming turn. Ah. Okay, I'm just going to try to now analyze my deck and see if it really was worth only going one win. I'm just going to try to, like, naturally assess it, try to see if there was something that I did wrong. Like, every time I got Bonecatch Overseer, it was able to trigger. So that was not the issue. Longstock Brawl, every time it was a kill spell, it was a kill spell. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 kill spells in my deck. 5. Yeah, that's 5 kill spells in my deck. 6 if you count Wix Patrol. Like, what card was bad? What card wasn't good enough? Hivespine Wolverine, generally, I don't think was good enough, because it's a big creature, but big creature wasn't what we wanted. We needed more synergy stuff. Daggerfang Duo was fine. It actually was our way through. Six Sentinel was a way we bounced back the Hunter's Talent. That was actually one of our win conditions. Bark Knuckle Boxer was... Like, here's the thing. Is the real issue just that everything was fine and my opponents weren't... I just think that my opponents got everything right. Like, I don't think there was anything I did wrong. It was just like they did theirs better. Like, I think not having the land was a mistake, because 2 of my games I lost because of mana screw. That sucks. It's part of Magic. You have to deal with it, but it's just like that is infuriating. Other than that, though, that one loss, I mean, I didn't do the Bark Knuckle Boxer play that I needed to. Would that have won me the game? I do not think so. I do not think... I mean, that did help them loot through their deck, so maybe that was. Maybe not playing that Bark Knuckle Boxer on turn 2 cost me the game, because I couldn't kill the creature that lured them through their deck to what they needed to win. So maybe that was it. Take the blame where you can. 2 of them was mana screw. I'm not going to let that get to me. All right. Take a deep breath. Do not want to be tilted. If you're tilted when you go into another draft, you're just going to make a bunch of mistakes, and I don't want to go through that.